something that I haven't actually done before. I'm going to do a product review. A lot of you ask me what are the best yoga mats to get, or what yoga mat can you recommend with the cheap yoga mat that you bought, sliding, your hand sliding in downward dog. So the one mat that I have used that I swear by, and is the only mat that I will buy now, is called Jade. So Jade yoga mats. Here's some of the reasons that Jade mats get 4 stars from me. So number 1 is that it is made of a natural material, so they're rubber. It's going to A, comes from a renewable resource, and B, can biodegrade when you're done with it. So if you did happen to throw it out, it wouldn't be toxic in a landfill. I don't recommend throwing them out, of course. There's all kinds of things you can do with mats once you're done with them, but that's a whole other video. The other reason that Jade gets a star from me is that on top of it being a tree for every yoga mat that you buy. So there's a point right there for someone like myself who's a little bit of a tree hugger. Those 2 things are very important to reinvest by putting money into planting trees is another star. So that's 2 stars so far. 3rd star I would give for Jade is that they are made in the US. So this mat is not made in some sweatshop over in Asia where you don't know if 12-year-olds are making your yoga mat. It's made in the US where they have, you know, labor standards. And also the advantage of it being made in the US is that it doesn't travel as far. And so that, again, is already better for the environment. So if you live sort of in, you know, Canada or the US, if your mat's made in the US, it hasn't traveled as far to get to you. So less, you know, effects as far as global warming and shipping goes. So that's another star for Jade. In fact, the only way that could be more perfect for me as a Canadian is if it was made in Canada, but, you know, that's close enough. The 4th star I'm going to give for Jade for this mat is that it is a kick-ass mat. Yep, I said kick-ass. I have been in a yoga workshop where I have been physically dripping in sweat and I have not slipped on this mat. So this is the only mat I have ever used where I consistently have grip regardless of whether or not my body and my hands are warm or sweaty. So super sticky mat. You don't go anywhere when you're on this mat, and so that's the 4th star that I would give for this mat. So the only couple of negative things that I have heard about Jade mats from other people, and again, these are not my own complaints because none of these bother me, but just so that you know what others have said. Some people don't like the fact that it smells like rubber. Well, the way I look at it is every yoga mat smells like something when you first get it, and I would rather have mine smell like rubber than chemicals or PVC that a lot of them smell like. Once I had washed it a couple times, sprayed it down with vinegar and water and given it a wipe, I couldn't smell it at all anymore. And again, even if it did have a slight smell, I'd rather it smell like rubber than, you know, chemical. The only other complaint that I have heard is that they're so sticky that everything sticks to them, and that actually is true. So I don't leave my mat just kind of rolled out on the floor in my yoga room until I come back to it. I give it a wipe and I roll it up and I put it away. And that's just because it is so sticky and grippy, which is awesome, so we stick to it. Then if you have like cat hair or if you have dust on your feet when you get on your mat, you know, that's also going to stick to your mat. So no big deal. It doesn't mean that your mat loses its grip. It just means that, you know, if you're a little bit OCD or anal like I am and you don't want to see footprints or cat hair on your mat, that you might want to spray it and roll it up and put it away in between uses. So again, not a big deal as far as I'm concerned. I'd rather have a mat that holds my hands and deal with a little, you know, lint than, you know, have a mat that doesn't hold me. If you want to know where you can get your own Jade yoga mat, if you are part of my local community, if I am your teacher, you're part of my local kula, then I can get you one. So all you have to do is contact me because I am carrying these now because I love them so much, and they're the only mat that I use, so the only mat that I recommend. If you live in the rest of Canada, you can visit www.jadeyogamats.ca and you can order them there. In the United States, you can visit www.jadeyoga.com. I'm not actually sure where you can get them in your country if you don't live in Canada or the US, but if you visit Jade's main website, www.jadeyoga.com, they have a form there that you can fill out to find out where your nearest distributor is so that you can get your own mat. So again, 4 stars for Jade yoga mats. A star for being environmental, a star for being ethical as far as how they're manufactured, a star for giving back because they plant a tree for every mat that you buy, and the fourth star being for the kick-ass quality. So Jade yoga mats are amazing quality. They're a premium quality mat. I love mine. I'll never ever use another mat unless somehow I manage to manufacture some myself. So there you go. I hope you find that helpful. If your mat wears out, this is definitely the one you want to get next. Thanks. Namaste.